Hey guys, BrickBoss007 back here for another video, and today we are going to take a look at my favorite character from any anime, Eva Unit 2. Let's take a look. So this is my custom Lego Unit 2 from Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Rebuild series, and honestly, it is one of my favorite color schemes for any robot design. So now let's take it off of its stand and take a little closer look on the inside. So here is Unit 2 standing in its nice slouched over position, and honestly I gotta say, this is one of the biggest builds I've ever created. Like, here it is next to my custom Lego Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. It's pretty big. I wanted to make this be able to do all of its poses from the anime, like all of its iconic poses, so I actually made a three-piece for the abdomen. So you could, but I was only making it so that you can move the insides because each other one is ball joints, and it's very unstable if I don't put those wheels in. The legs can kick up very far. Like, I'm really happy with how far they can actually kick. They can't move out to the side though, but they can move inward, like that. The knees are a nice bend. I wish I could have gotten a bit more out of them, but that's as much as I could get. The little knee covering thing can move forward and back. And the foot itself has an ankle swoop. What's the word? Is it an ankle? Yeah, an ankle tilt and an ankle pivot at the front and the back. And that's the same for both the legs. Then, of course, the one part of the abdomen. The head can move down, up. I've made two different head types, so this is the first one, and we'll be taking a closer look at those later. The arm can move all the way around here. All the way. And thankfully, it can move out, but if I remove that wheel piece, it can move farther. But I'm pretty happy with how far it goes with the wheel piece in, because I don't want those ball joints really being that exposed. Same with the other arm. And then the shoulder things that hold the knives do move to the sides. And yeah, that's really it for the Eva. Its fingers can each move individually, which is really nice. And now let's take a closer look at that head. So before we take a look at the head, I just want to show you guys what it looks like without any of those wheels in. And yes, that articulation is so much better. But not only does it look a little bit uglier, it's just so much looser. Like, I can barely even pose it without its abs falling. Like, the legs are much nicer for articulation, like you can fully cross them. But I prefer the wheels in, just because that gives it its more kind of natural, human-esque look. So let's go those back in there and put on the and take a look at the head. So here's the first head I showed you guys, and the only difference really between the other two, this head and the other one, is that because of this clip piece, it makes the head look much more hunched forward, which I really like the look of, and also its mouth can open, and I think that looks pretty good considering how small its head actually is. And the other head is very similar. Just have to swap out a few parts. And then you've got the other head. This one's much better for actually articulating on the neck because it's much more sturdy. The mouth cannot open, but that is fine. Let's zoom into that a little bit. And the ball joint is no longer back here, it is now down here. So it doesn't look as hunched over, but it's just much easier to turn and move around. I do prefer the one with the mouth open, but you guys can decide in the comments. So here's the head without the opening mouth. As you can see, it's a little farther back, a little more proportionate. And then here's the one with the opening mouth. And as you can see, the head is way more hunched over, which I personally like the look of a bit better, but it all depends on you guys. Now let's take a look at the accessories. So the first accessory is the progressive knife. It's just a really simple build. It's one of these blade pieces in gray and then just a hilt. And I did a gunmetal color. Really, you can do whatever you want. Black might have been a bit better, but honestly, it looks good enough, and it can fit right into the Eva's thumb, which is a clip. And you just move those fingers down, and now it can hold its progressive knife. There we go. That looks pretty good. Not the coolest pose, but it takes a little bit of time to get the poses good. Now let's take a look at the next accessory. So the next accessory is something that's a bit less impressive. I'm not that happy with it. It was something I built pretty quickly, but it does look okay in its hand, and it's just a pistol. So it clips into the hand a different way from the knife. Oh, focus. There we go. And that's because the hilt, well, not the hilt, the handle is actually some studs. So if you take the hand, remove the thumb, and then put all the fingers down and place the pistol just on there, and then put that piece back. Move the hand a little bit. There we go. You can hold it just like so. Which, it does look really good when it's actually in the hand. It doesn't look that good by itself. And I do think it could look a bit better. Like, I'm decently happy with it, but it could be a lot better. Now let's take a look at my favorite one out of the three. So the next one is the pallet rifle. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I don't think it looks too accurate to the anime, but it looks really good when the Eva holds it. I love how the actual design turned out, and it goes into the Eva's hand just like the pistol, so you have to move the fingers down and just slot that in there. It clicks, and you can shoulder it really well. So now if I do this, the Eva's getting ready to shoot at an angel, and then I also built a little effect piece that sticks right onto the muzzle, which is just a Chima piece for the, I'm not sure what the name of this is, it looks like a crystal, a lightsaber piece in blue, and a 1x1 circle with a little hole in the middle, so that just slides right on there, and now you can have the Eva firing. I would rather have that in yellow, because that would be more accurate, but the blue does look pretty good. And now let's take a look at the stand. So the stand is something I kind of threw together quite last minute. It looks like, I wanted to try and make it kind of look like the elevator that shoots them up to the actual city. I think it looks pretty good. It does look quite like a like the elevator, and it does also kind of look like when they're sealed. And the way that you fit the Eva in is you take it and just slot the back of it, like its butt area, into there. And then if you just position this right, and put the fins back up, put that arm piece in, there we go, and then just stick in the umbilical cord, which goes right up here. There we go. Turn around, put these down. Then you have it in full-on hanger mode. Really like how that turned out. You can also then take the weapons, like the pistol, which just goes here, there. Then the pallet rifle just goes here, and then the progressive knife just hides away on a clip under here. There we go. And yeah, then you can have everything held on nice and tight. I really like the look of like the yellow and then these pieces here at the bottom. It looks really cool. So you can just literally just use the normal stand just by popping this out. Let's take off the pallet rifle and the pistol first. Then slowly popping that off. There we go. Taking off the umbilical cord or cable. Then you have the entire hanger piece, which can just go over there. And then stick back in the umbilical cable. And now you can have it in any pose you want. You can even just take off this piece to have it a little bit elevated. Come on. That's a little too hard, but yeah, now it can fully just like walk. You can have it in any pose you want. Open its mouth. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. Open its mouth. Make it hold something. Anything like that. And it'll look really cool. Now let's do some size comparisons. So here's the Eva next to an SH Figuarts Son Goku and an HG Earth 3 Gundam. And of course, Tanjiro. So it is really big and it will take up, it will have quite a bit of a presence on your shelf, but it is nowhere near minifigure scale. It's not even just 2 studs high scale. It's supposed to be way bigger if I want it to be to this scale. But honestly, the size does do it justice. It does tower over all of my other figures, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And if you want to see a tutorial for this build, please write your comment down below, and I will be posting one very soon. Thank you guys for watching. I've been BrickBoss007, and I'll see you guys very soon.